have a movie about a child murderer, but you kill him off at the end of the movie. But how do you bring him back for the sequel?
It's this guy. He's after us in our dreams.
Alright, so let's talk about Black Phone 2, which came out a few weeks ago, and I'm barely talking about it now. Black Phone 2 is the sequel to the hit film that came out back in 2021. The original film was like a suspense thriller horror movie with some great supernatural elements to it. The original film was well received by critics and by audiences, and even though the film just came out a few years ago, man, these kids grew up. Finney's looking like he's getting ready to go to college, and you remember his little sister, well dang, she grew up too. And my reaction when I first saw her?
What did you do to your hair?
The film actually has some pretty cool tense moments, and I do like the way that they set up the dream world. But the only problem is, it's really making me think of somebody else.
Fred Krueger. Do you know who that is, Mother?
I'm going to use the term borrowing very lightly, but Black Phone 2 borrows from multiple Nightmare on Elm Street films. Every time we were getting into like a cool nightmare sequence and then the grabber jumps out, I was like, oh, I was expecting somebody else. Even the climax of the movie borrows from Freddy vs. Jason.
He killed my mother, Will. It was Freddy. My dad covered it up to protect me. He didn't
Damn, that sounds really stupid when you say it out loud like that.
Even as horror fans, we know the specific characteristics that make up Freddy Krueger, and they are in this movie too.
The souls of the children. Give me strength.
I know it really sounds like I'm picking on this movie, but I really do feel like the movie is unnecessary. It also felt like the creative team felt so too. Almost felt like the first one was supposed to be like a one and done, and they were kind of felt obligated to make a sequel, and well, they just went the full Freddy route. But having just said all that, this movie was very entertaining, and I liked the characters in this movie. There was never a time during this movie where I felt bored at all or I even looked at my watch. So there was even a specific scene in the movie that made me laugh really hard that probably wasn't supposed to, but it was during the opening scene where our two main characters are talking to a friend and they are spewing out so many pop culture buzzwords of that time that I was like, okay, that's ridiculous. You guys are trying a little too hard. I was like, what word are you going to use next?
Kawabunga.
I'm actually not 100% sure if Ethan Hawke was actually in the costume or if he was just providing the voiceover work for the character. Physically, it didn't really look like him, and we don't really get a good look at his face. He's always kind of just tilting his head and wearing the mask, so I was like, I think he's probably just doing the voiceover work, which is still cool. At least he still did the movie. My rating for Black Phone 2, this is a weird one to give a rating for, but if you saw this movie during the cheap matinee screening, I don't think that would be a problem. Also, it's definitely worth the stream once it comes out. Yeah, so this was a really weird film to review because, like I said, I had a lot of nitpicks about the movie and it was constantly reminding me about something else. Also, the movie set up rules that were basically Nightmare on Elm Street, yet it wasn't always following the rules, so I was like, so what the hell are the rules? So, Black Phone 2, what did you think about this movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you constantly feeling like you were watching a Nightmare on Elm Street movie without Freddy Krueger? Let me know in the comments. And are you ready for Black Phone 3, The Dream Warriors? Let me know. And I do apologize because I did see this movie 3 weeks ago, so I'm sorry that this review came up so late. Just had a lot going on and I fell behind. So please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit, always reviewing or recommending movies. And don't forget, all my reviews contain no overhype, no bullshit. And I'll see you at the movies.
Think you're so smart, huh, bitch?
Get more out of life. Go out to a movie.